already? Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So production. We're doing it on May the 29th, 2023. Thank you very much for joining me once again. If it's your first time, buckle up, buckle down. If you've been with me for some time, thank you for all the love and support. Sending it right back at you. Where are you joining us from anyway? Canada, what's up? The United States, hello. Mexico, South America, New Zealand, Australia. That's right. We start off on the other side of the world this time. Africa, Asia, Europe, Antarctica, Papua New Guinea, Sweden, Algeria, DRC. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all doing well, man. Ladies and gents, it's officially summertime, baby. At least it feels like the weather's been extremely well here in Toronto. It's now super hot. It's the way I likes it. And that's the way I hope you guys are having hot summers as well, wherever you are, man. Ladies and gents, it's exciting times. Thank you again for coming in here every week. Where can you find these videos? They're popping up Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Instagram. Follow me there if you like. Subscribe on YouTube for the full-length videos. Check out patreon.com/RobSadri if you're into the fiscally supportive mindset. You're like, yeah, I'll love to get in there, fiscally support something. Patreon.com/RobSadri is right there for you. Check it out. Talk about it. But overall, man, I am feeling good. It is, we're 5 weeks away from hitting the road, Jack. Hitting the streets, hitting the highways. And in the meantime, we're just gonna have some fun. We're gonna keep it. It's extremely. I'm gonna talk to you guys about a few things today, as per usual, because that's what we do. We mix it up. We talk about a few things. But one important thing that I'd like to speak about is it's very simple, actually. It's very simple. Saying yes. Saying yes. It's been a while since I've been saying yes to life. But overall, I want to even push myself further. Saying yes to ultimately almost like, not even almost, everything. Whatever happens, happens. Because, yeah, I think overall I had to sit down with I did a little bit of introspection, a little bit of meditation in my own way. Nothing schmance, nothing, but just thinking. And I'm like, man, life is all about experiences. Life is all about saying, and that's the thing, you don't know what's going to happen. And sometimes we go ahead and, what am I talking about? I'm going to go ahead and get into the deets of it a little bit. Yeah. Last week, I guess I did a few, none of these episodes are continuous or anything like that. You don't need to worry about, if I want to start watching, do I need to go? You could start from the beginning, sure. But you could literally drop in any time. But sometimes the stories, I guess, do interlink and connect. Rarely, but sometimes they do. And yeah, last week I had a date. Didn't end up, going the way both parties, if it's just your first time here. And the long story short, both parties, we ended up showing up to the date. Wanted to do the sexuals, if you will. And yeah, the lady was partnered up, and I couldn't go through with it. Even though she was cool with it, she said her partner's cool with it. And it was just one of those, again, it's that introspection, baby. You sit down and because you're like, why though? Because if she wants and her partner's cool with it, that's just it's not even about that. It's just about overall, because that's the thing. Sometimes I just want to I want to put that out, and I encourage you guys and gals, because you heard it too, and that's why I'm like, you know what? Buttons down, baby. Buttons down, all the way down. I don't need buttons in my life. I don't need Velcro. I don't need a zip up. Less buttons, less Velcro. And then saying yes to more things. And it's not just even about a random date. It's just about, it's more than the date. It's about life. Squeezing that juice, baby. Sometimes we're like, man, what if this, that, and what if this, that, and the other way, and you didn't do whatever it is that you wanted to do. You know what I mean? And I asked myself, and I'm like, who am I? I really sat with this thought. I'm like, who am I disappointing more? And at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm disappointing myself more. And as a result, probably disappointing somebody else as well, because they're out there trying to have fun and they're all cool with it. And here I am being like, for what, ladies and gentlemen? And that's what it is. I wanted to just cut it out. Just cut it out, whatever it is, just cut it out and just say yes. At least that's what I'm putting forward for myself anyway. And I'm not recommending you do anything in any particular shape, but you do you. And but that's me going forward. More yeses to anything, literally anything. You wanna, do a little bit of just meeting up with strangers. Yes, a little bit of light indulgence of Herbs and spices with strangers? Yes. Light herbs and spices with strangers? Yes. Get together with a bunch of strangers and do a little bit of light herbs and spices sesh. Support some others who are into more, the herb that's a little bit more heavy. I supports it. Whatever you want. If you want to sit there, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is, baby. Because people talk about it. They're like, oh, it's going to be a hot boy summer. It's going to be a hot girl summer. It's going to be a boy summer. It's going to be a girl summer. It's going to be a man summer. It's going to be a lady summer. I'm just, let's cut whatever's around this. That's because this is a juicy piece of whatever it is. It's juicy. Let's cut the extras around that and let's get to the juice. I'm declaring a national, international, global. I'm still working with the name. I wanted to, originally, if I'm not even beating around the bush, I wanted to just call it, let's just call it what it is. Just embrace your inner slut, inner whore summer of whores. And this is not about, this is about men's and women's taking full agency, saying yes to shit. And again, it has nothing to do with whether it's a sexual encounter, whether it's a business encounter, whether it's just, oh, you got a random letter in the mail. Somebody wrote a letter and put it in a bottle and just tossed it into the ocean, and then you found it on the other side of the world, and it invites you to join a mysterious game of whatevs, dude. Yes. You would have been like, silly bottle, a silly message. Now I'm not gonna go to this random island and what? Yes, you will. Yeah, at least I will, dude. That's what I'm putting forward. I'm just going full out, we're being extremely loose. As loose, I'm gonna push myself to be as loose as possible. No more, and you're like, man, we didn't even know you were holding back right now. I'm not, but like even more, dude. I'm just gonna, cause that's, life is one time, dude. You don't know when the next days, nothing's promised, dude. Nothing's promised, ladies. And that's what I wanted to just put out there. Enjoy your lives, as long as you're not hurting anybody else or yourself. It's, you can do whatever you like to yourself, but these are just thoughts that I've been like, obviously I want you to have fun out there, ladies and gents. I don't want you to go out there and like hurt yourselves, but like at the end of the day, if you're not hurting anybody else and everybody's having a good old time, we're playing for keeps now, baby. We ain't taking no prisoners. We out here doing it. I want you to be out there fully engaging in your lives, whatever it is that you want to be doing. Go full force. Fucking let's do this shit proper. If we're gonna do something proper, let's do it properly. All right? No. Just have fun with it. Just go with it. Engage. Because you only get one life, man. You only get one life, and that's all it is. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, we're gonna talk about a few items today, of course, but this is, that's very important to me. It's very important to me because literally, nothing's guaranteed. Enjoy the opportunities that are out there, whatever it is. Just say yes. Meeting at a back alley somewhere with, again, stranger. Yes. Somebody opening up a back of a limo and just you see a nice hand just reach out the door or the window. It's a roll down window. It's an old school limo, roll down window. So nonetheless, and there's an index finger saying like, just going like that to you. Yes, get in. Who knows where we're gonna end up? Sure, might they put a bag over your head and all of a sudden you get, you're being taken all over the city to who knows where, to sit in some sort of a storage house, only to have water thrown in your face and be interrogated of all sorts of activities that you didn't even know you were involved in, and you're not even involved in any activity. It's a case of mistaken identity once again, but you said yes, and that's a hell of a story. Oh man, it's crazy. The mob took me in because they thought I was, and it's like, yes, and just fully commit. If they take you in, they're like, oh, you did this thing, we're gonna have to call, so and so for ransom. Call so and so for ransom. Let's go. I don't even think he likes me that much. You know what I mean? Let's go. You guys good luck getting a penny out of so and so. But just say commit to it. And they're like, did you do it? You're like, yes. Even though you did it, yes. You're not gonna get anything out of me. Is it worth it losing a couple of yes? Because memories, son, memories. If you live to tell the tale, one day you'll sit down with your grandkids with your robotic half bot, half human grandkids and download that story right into the noggin via telepathy or some shit. So have fun is what I'm like. That's what it is, boys and girls, ladies and gents. Say yes, commit all the way. The consequences, what? We're out here having fun. What do you think this is? We're all about the funsies, and it's Monday funsies, baby. I hope you're having fun, whatever you're doing. And it's the little things that lead to the big things. And sometimes you're exchanging medium-sized things for whatever, dude. It's not the size of the thing. It's how you deal with it and confront it and use it to your advantage. Or sometimes disadvantage. It doesn't even matter, because sometimes a disadvantage turns out to be an advantage in the long run. Or whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is have fun out there. Yesterday was a beautiful day. It's just been sunny. It's plus 20 degrees. Right now we're sitting at around like 28, 27, 28 degrees. Ooh, that is tasty. That's when your boy thrives. That's when your boy's like thawed out and right there outside going for his hikes, going for my walks. Yesterday, how much did I walk yesterday? You're asking. I'm glad you asked. How much did I walk yesterday? Total of 20K. No big deal. Total of 20K. No big deal. You're like, you walked, yeah, dude, 20K. One long walk, 16K from my house to downtown Toronto. Straight up, 8K. There, 8K back, that's 16. And then I did another afternoon walk, 5K to my regular, just like, that's my regular little short 5K walk, short walk, little short walk. But because that's what it is. I gotta admit, when the sun is out, I just want to get out there and like stretch them legs, get a little bit of that vitamin D on that skin, on that dermis, get a little bit of the old vitamin D, because I hear it's good for you and shit. So get it out. I encourage everybody out there, use the beautiful weather. That's what I did. I went for the longest walk. I felt good. It had been a while since I've gone on my long, because that's what it is. Traditionally, I go on my long walks, spring, summer, sometimes a little bit of fall. But as soon as we hit the 4 or 5, maybe sometimes stretching into 5 months of solid winter here in Canada and Toronto, my walks do tend to get a little bit disrupted. But as soon as the weather is nice out, I'm out there, boy. I'm out there, ladies, gents, out there walking, dude. So it felt nice, and that's what it is. I came back home. I felt a little bit. I'm like, this is good. I'm feeling a little bit, Obviously, it had been a while, so I felt it in my glutes and my calves and all that shit. But at the end of the day, I was sitting, and an hour or two passed by, and the weather was so nice. I'm like, yo, let's go out for another walk. Why not? Because that's what it is, man. Sometimes the sun will be just shining from. I'm facing the west side, so the sun, once we're past noon, the sun starts to, slowly but surely work its way down on the other side, and it wants to set. So it gets really heated in this unit. I do have the AC and everything, but it was just nice. I'm like, yo, let's just forget the AC, forget opening of the old balcony door for a little breeze. Let's put you in the breeze. Let's get breezy, and I did it. That's what I did, baby. 20K, I felt great. And the more, low key, I think I would have, I don't know if is walking I'm not into like competitions much, but maybe I am. Is that a record or some shit? Do people do that on a regular? People walk 20K, right? That's normal, right? It's not, we're not here putting things into boxes. I don't want to say, oh, you walk like, I don't even know, but that's the I could have gone for another 20 if I wanted to. That's what I'm just trying to tell you. I don't know what it is. I wouldn't be able to do that every day. I'd probably be able to like work my way up to it if I wanted to, but that's the thing. I'm not going to walk 40K. Matt, even 5 is good, but like, honestly, after 20, I felt like, yeah, I'm a little bit, it's feeling a little bit, sure, there's a little bit of, you feel the muscles like tensing up, or a little bit, everything's like feeling tight. But at the end of the day, if I wanted to, I could have gone for another, made me feel good, and I'm gonna go for more walks as we proceed into the depth of the summer, dude. But it's just beginning, ladies and gents, and I'm excited. But that is just me. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. We're gonna go through a few stories that I've been thinking about that have come up on my radar, and I thought it was, there's some hilarity in there probably somewhere. Let's find it together if we can, if we may. Let's just get into it. Let's get into nitty gritty, meats and the potatoes, as they say. Asiana Airlines, I want to say. That's the name of the airline, if I'm not mistaken. I may be completely wrong. You can double check that for facts. If you're into facts, double check it. I may be wrong, but we never came here for facts. We just sure do facts get spread every now and again. You know, every now and again. Do they, do we, we do it. Sometimes we do it. But most times we, it's just what it is. So maybe it was Asiana Airlines. People were flying on an airline. Flying. It's one of the most preferred modes of transportation by people. Voted top 5, top 10. Flying's up there, ladies, gents. Flying's nice. It's short, it's quick, relatively comfortable. Sure, there are areas where things can improve. Of course, could the airplane be a little bit more roomy? Could the airplane be a little bit more roomy for you to stretch them legs? Maybe. A little bit more elbow space, maybe. Sure. Could it, could the bathroom, could the flushing of the bathroom in the airplanes not steal your asshole every time you flush? Could your anus remain intact once you're in that little tiny corridor and then you press the flush? Sure, it could be a little bit, sure. Could you use a hot towel every once in a while during a flight? It wouldn't hurt to have a couple of hot towels every now and again, every hour or two, maybe a couple. I just throw a hot towel on your face. Oh, it's burning, just the way I like it. Exfoliate that skin before you get off your airplane ride, man. Could you use a couple of drinks? Alcoholic, non-alcoholic, depending on your preference, of course. Sure, why not? Could you have a little nice meal? A little nice meal just to make the flight a little bit more enjoyable. Nice meal. Good food, sure, why not? These prices, why not? Stretch it out, make it longer, make it wider. Nice drinks. Beautiful, hostesses there. Hostesses. You know what I'm talking about? Why not? Sure, if you happen to fall asleep, let's say randomly you fell asleep, dude, during a flight. Happens to the best of us. Could we all say, should somebody want to come up there and while you're sleeping, miles high up in the air and you're drooling, dreaming of whatevs, dude? Is it nice to have somebody come in there and give you a quick little handy or a blowy? Yes. No one ever said no to a handy or a blowy. Yes. Could the airlines be doing a little bit more? Of course. Could everything improve? Of course. But is it efficient? Of course. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, dude. I'm not gonna sit here and complain about the handsome pilot and co-pilot and the beautiful hostesses, the flight attendants, the beautiful flight attendant. Am I complaining about the fact that beautiful flight attendants with the nice rack, the beautiful hip to waist ratio and calves with slopes you can ski on? Am I complaining about that? No. No, ladies and gentlemen. Are there places where things could be improved? Of course, and it all takes time. Well, one thing, ladies and gentlemen, if I may have a sip of this for a second. One thing that needs to be improved upon, and I don't know why we're not, why we've not tackled this issue. They don't want me to talk about this shit. They're like, don't talk about this shit. I'll talk about it, dude. I'll talk about it, ladies and gents. Every time you get on a plane, you have a seat, take your seat, put your baggage up top, you sit down, you buckle up, you're ready to go, you're ready to rock and roll. And all of a sudden, you hear this in every flight. Somebody gets designated. There's a flight attendant that gets up there, gives you the instructions, in case of emergency, mask will fall, forget about the others, dude, punch the person next to you in the face, put your mask on first, and then if they're knocked out, guess what? Extra oxygen from the dropped mask that's been unused, because why? You went in there with the little jab, but, standard procedure. They give their little speech, and at the end they're like, and here's the emergency exit, here's the regular exit in case of an emergency, that's the exit. And then the fella or lady who happens to be sitting by the door is designated door guy, airplane door guy or door lady. This is where I this is where it gets. I can deal with every sure. Are the planes still a little bit narrow, a little bit shorter than I let you know? Yes, of course. Could are we missing a couple of handies and a couple of hot towels mid-flight? Yes, whatever. I'm not gonna, whatever. But one thing I will stop and say, one thing, that's where I draw the line. I don't think this is responsible to have the emergency doors or a regular door of the plane be occupied by a regular novice, a person who's probably it might even be their first flight ever, and all of a sudden they're not only getting to experience their first flight, but being left in charge of the door in case of an emergency. Son, it could be your first time on a plane. Have you even you don't even know do I get up and do a little walk every couple of hours just to, get blood flow in it's the little things, you know? Do I sip on this Coke slowly or slurp it all down? Next thing you know, multiple trips to the bathroom. What are you doing there, fella? Just the little things. But that's the thing. At the end of the day, somebody's sitting beside that door and they become designated. You're the door guy. In case of emergencies, turbulence, door guy, door lady. This person might not even have any regular experience with doors in real life, in the, ground level life. Here we are trusting with door activities up in the sky. So what happens, ladies and gents? Asiana Airlines, we're flying. I don't know how it went down collectively. We were flying. I don't know if there were any hot towels distributed. I don't know if there were any cocks being popped open in anyone's laps. What's that? It's a cock. But at the end of the day, somebody in there, some passenger, fellow human being got a little bit, midair. They're like, you know what, I'm getting a little bit, this air's getting a little bit just whatever. I just want to, let's open a door. He goes and opens I don't even know if it was a he, it might have been a woman, it might have been a lady again at times, or it might have been one of these, one of these half bots out there, just fucking, this, and that's what you get. You start working with people goes up there, it's getting the air in here, it's getting a little bit congested. I'm feeling a little bit cramped in. I'm feeling a little bit claustrophobic or whatever, dude. Goes and opens the door of the airplane mid-flight, dude. There's a video on the lines where the door of the plane's open and people are luckily buckled in. There's Jesus Christ, dude. And that's what you should have designated airplane door men and women sitting beside the door. That should be another job. You know how we're always talking about the tech is coming, the AI is coming, jobs are gonna be put up. No, I need a person, a trustworthy airplane door man or woman who's been highly trained to deal with doors, airplane doors in particular, in case of emergencies or even non-emergency. If anybody is coming and approaching the door mid-flight, boom, right there in the jaw. Right there in the jugular. Right there, grab the nuts. Sit down there, sir. I'm gonna have to twist these nuts until you sit down, please. Turn and squeeze. The old turn and squeeze. Krav Maga. So it's just go, what are you doing here, sir? Good. I'm gonna need you to back away from the door. Okay? We're gonna need to put somebody in charge of the doors. Or the airplanes. Couple extra. We need to, things that I don't know if it's a regular, we need a couple of, just saying, because regularly speaking, flights are safe in terms of statistics, one of the safest modes of transport out there, right? Sure, there's always the regular, every once in a blue moon you'll hear an engine failure, God forbid you get an engine failure. Oh man, oh no, the pilots were, pilots being pilot, boys being boys, men's, women's being men's, women's. They were, out the night before and they wanted to come in there and continue to party. I'm going to put this on autopilot and pour a whole bunch of Coke on this little dash right here and just go to town. Oh my God, who's driving this plane? It's crazy. So pilots, whatever, I don't even know. Sometimes planes get hijacked. Sometimes planes get low-jacked. Doesn't happen too often, so you need. I'm assuming. I think you have the air marshals in planes, that, which is good. A couple more wouldn't hurt. I'm just saying. A couple more wouldn't hurt, and also a door guy. a doorman or woman. Because you have your regular, disruptions to the flight. Again, an engine failure, you might get caught up in a Bermuda Triangle or circle or whatever. The shapes can be tricky, ladies and gents. Don't get twisted. Up in a circle or a triangle or a hexagon, dude, you never know. You see a triangle in the Bermuda area, fly right over it. Under it, through it, I don't even know, dude. Avoid it at all costs. Why are we still flying there? What's going on? But my point is that, relatively speaking, flights are safe unless somebody does something a little bit on the cray-cray side. And if that could be avoided, and that's my question, I'm not, a man or a woman should be in charge of the door, plural, depending on however many doors this airplane's got, depending on the size. And in that situation, if anybody tries to approach the door, dude, you should have 100% protection, and you should do whatever you can in your power to, whatever, do whatever it takes. And I don't even care for that. And that's why I thought about it. I'm like, if it's a dude, if it's a male going at the door, you have fully licensed out to fucking knock this guy out, dude. Knock karate chop to the ribs, dude. I want to see just all the moves, dude. 360, spin a roost, swipe the legs, put him in handcuff him. Put in a couple of extra just for safety. I'm not gonna get upset at you if he's snoozing for the rest of the flight. You know what I'm saying? And I thought about it, I'm like, what if it's a lady though? You gotta do training for that. And I'm not, there's never ever in my, violence, I'm not for it unless it's sanctioned at a UFC or a boxing or a one championship. I know, there's other, unless it's, in sports, bring it on, let's go. Regular outside, I'm not a fan of it, but in certain circumstances, and there's going to be certain scenarios in life where it's okay to hit anybody, including women and children. One being in the middle of the ocean, if somebody's, again, I've talked about this briefly, but I'll mention it once a year, what other situations can you hit a child or a woman? Middle of the ocean, if somebody's drowning and you're the one that's about to save them and they're acting a fool and they're trying to take you down with them, light little, you know what I mean? Just hey, let's all calm down. Let's not all go down. I'll get you to safety, but I need you to remain calm. And just, may or may not, but I'm just saying, use your own discretion. Mid-flight, same sitch. Fella comes, don't even worry about it. Right there, dude. And if it's a lady, and again, this is counterintuitive because yes, you're not supposed to. Of course, I'm not. This is a anomaly. This is a scenario where it's not supposed to happen. But if a giant lady comes at you, walrusing out, just because I can't breathe, friggin', you know what? None of us can, dude. Let's sit down. You're taking up a whole lot of oxygen and room. Chill. If you need to, right there, dude, in the jugular, just fucking right there, in the right there, if need be, because that's what it is. Other people's lives are at risk, dude. I won't hesitate to put a lady or a man down if need be. If I'm designated, I don't want to be designated door guy. I'm not even a door guy myself in terms of air door, plane doors. I'm not a regular doors. I'll fucking, I'll rock it. Pull, push. I think I've got that down. Revolver doors. Let's go, dude. Saloon doors. I'm looking forward to getting acquainted with saloon doors, given the fact that we are going down south after all. There better be some saloon doors somewhere, dude. That's one. I have random desires and itches that need to be scratched, and it's nothing, but it means the world to me. Ever since I was a kid, I've been dying to see legit tumbleweeds. I've seen it once or twice, but if I could have access to more tumbleweeds are, we need to forget the endangered animals, forget the whatever sort of bears going extinct, forget the new species, we just found 5,000 new species underwater. Thank you very much for all the deep diving into the oceans. Bring back the tumbleweed. Sometimes you just need a seen, silenced tumbleweed. Don't see too much of it. And that's been one of that, and Saloon doors, two things that I've been itching for since I was a kid. I don't know what it is. It just, I legit, I have no explanation as to why they make me feel good. But if I see tumbleweed, I might just lose my shit. I'll try to keep it cool. But if I see tumbleweed and I lose my shit, now you know why. Less so about the saloon doors, but it's up there. It's one of my, like, I have a few things that are like nothing, but it just genuinely, if I see tumbleweed combo with saloon doors, get out of here. You're talking crazy. Saloon doors and tumbleweed, dude, get out of here. That's just crazy talk. But that's just me, personally speaking, ladies and gentlemen. But that's what I want. I don't want some novice on the job. I want you to just put an elbow in a fellow or lady's chin if need be, and because you see the videos up there, man, people are just like, oh, it's like windy up there. Now, is there good, could you open a door for a good reason? I don't know. If somebody's, you know, crack open a wet, it's too much. It's the noises. It's no different than I get irritated by the windows of a car being down for a long period of time if you're traveling on a highway. Now, planes go much faster than that, much faster. So, was somebody passing gas all day, all through the day during the flight? I don't know. I don't even think you can smell anything up there. I think there's just like, it's just, I don't know. Or maybe you can. I can't recall. Try it out. Is there ever a good reason to open a door? Sometimes it might be, you know what, like it might have been like, sometimes, you know, I've seen this happen on buses back in the day. Here and there I used to, you know, hop on a bus, and sometimes you might see somebody like, there's a stop coming ahead, and then they'll get up and go and speak with the bus driver and be like, hey man, I missed my spot, do you mind just pulling over quick because I missed mine? It's just, it doesn't happen too often because they got designated route, but every once in a blue moon I've seen it happen where the bus driver like, I pull over, hop out, and maybe they were thinking, man, I'm already, you know, we're over the, oh man, wrong country, dude, can you just open it up? Was it one of those miss my stop sessions? I don't know, dude. Overall, don't ever want to be riding a plane with that fellow or lady, I'll tell you that much. But also, I do believe in second chances. Like, you're gonna have to get like friggin' Hannibal Lecter, son, you're gonna have to get into some sort of straitjacket and just like, you're gonna have to sit there with just right there, dude, because you can't be trusted with doors on planes. God, people are interesting. Boys and girls, ladies and gents, another interesting, this one's a little bit, I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about this particular one, man. It is a bit of a bummer. It's a total, like, it's in Australia, if I'm not mistaken. Australia is wild, dude. I've never been. I'd love to visit. Put another shrimp on the barbie, mate. You know what I'm saying? All that jazz. Let's go. Crikey. That's a crikey right there. In Australia, a group of teenagers were playing football with Aussie rules, and a kid ended up dying. I believe he was, if I'm not mistaken, 17 years old. Rest in peace, dude. But playing football, died, but the article headline read Aussie rules. Football, Aussie rules. And you, of course, terrible circumstances for the family and the community. But I just read, like, you know, somebody died in football via Aussie rules, and I'm just like, terrible circumstances, yes. But it was in that moment where I've not even there's different, yeah, we got Canadian football, there's the NFL football, there's soccer, some people call that football. There is rugby, which is, you know, not football, but same, but diff. But overall, I got to think, and I've never heard of football with Aussie rules, so I'm guessing it's some sort of football, but with Aussie rules. which I don't know what it is, but it just instantly cemented in my mind that it made all other forms of football real puss, dude. Because I'm like, never heard of anybody else. Not that I can at least recall. I can't recall anybody else dying playing any other form of football. So I don't know what football is in Aussie rules. Maybe it's like, go deep into the end zone. Here's a crocodile, dude, with catch the crocodile. Oh, you didn't. You gotta hug it. You gotta hug it, right? You gotta go in there and grab and gotta take it. Here's a ball and a crocodile. Here's the, oh, we're gonna cause a distraction here. I'm gonna throw the ball there. Here's a black widow with the ball, dude. Because that's what I don't know what Australian Aussie rules means in terms of football. But again, it just did cement in my mind that it made all other forms of football seem very puss. Because that's what it is. And this is the summer of yes. This is the summer of saying yes. And it will be, this is not just this summer though. This will continue into fall, winter, and come back again even harder. And every year we will get even harder and more loose until we encapsulate ourselves because we've gone inside out. That's the dream. I'd like to legit just fucking, if I may. The point is, ladies and gents, everybody else, despite the fact that this is a tragic event, all other forms of football, sports in general, if you want to see higher pay, if you want to see more eyes on the sport that you're trying to let's go. I don't know what it is, but I kind of low-key want to check out Aussie football now. I'm like, what are these guys doing? What are these gals doing out there that all the other footballs aren't? You know what I'm talking? I'd like to see it. Not that I'm advocating for any sort of like that's very. I just want to make sure we're all clear. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm just saying is, if you wanna, because I'm now intrigued, what kind of sport is this? It's football via Aussie rules, dude. We're doing a little bit different. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the difference is, but I want to find out. If I'm in Australia, I want to check out some football with Aussie rules. Forget regular football. Forget soccer. Forget rugby. I want to see Aussie because that's what it is, dude. How committed was this kid? How committed was this team? How committed are you to this? And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's professional people who are not dropping dead, and here's a young man just be like putting everybody to, again, tragic, but putting everybody else to shame there. So if you're like, man, I wonder how my league can do better. I'm not saying go out there and like get murked or nothing, but it wouldn't hurt to just, I'm just saying WNBA could take a little note of this. I'm not saying women should be going up there and like, but you know what? Play a little ball. I've never seen anybody like, have a little bit of blood coming at your pant legs, dude, because that's make it a little bit like I'm balling free, dude. I'm balling, no one to root for this lady, dude. I bleed when I balls. I balls and I bleeds. Get a little bit of blood. Just make it a little bit, you know what I mean? Just commit a little bit more. Jumps in the air, wants to dunk. Oh my God. Her tampon is in her opponent's mouth. Crazy. I'd watch that. At least the highlights. Commitment, ladies and gents, and saying yes. Commitment and saying yes. Don't be all like, oh, I don't know if I'm on my, that's what it is. And this goes for the men's too out there. Legit. Soccer is gonna have to like, it's been some time that I've not had the chance to sit down and watch many of soccer games, and I'm noticing this is actually becoming more. And I still love soccer, but definitely as throughout the years, it's just been getting less and less even consumption of it. One thing that I've been meaning to low-key touch on, but at the same rate, it's like, I know teams go through stuff. If anybody like from Chelsea's watching, if anybody from Chelsea is Wagwan fam, what's going on? What's happening? From afar, I keep a distance, but I look at our standings right now, and I'm like, what's going on? Got talented players. We shouldn't, and that's what it is. So a little bit, but that's the thing. I've not kept too much of a close eye on soccer, but at the same rate, I'm saying if you're out there trying to promote a sport, if you're out there trying to stay committed, I need a couple of just a couple of fellas, a couple of ladies, whatever sport you're doing, just like commit to it. Yes, I'm doing triathlons, dude. Let me get a couple of hip injuries. Let me lose an arm. Let me commit. Some people are at least, that's what it is, man. I want to see more commitment of just put it all in, put it all out. Whatever you're doing out there, boys and girls, ladies and gents. It is Monday. Holy guacamole, it is Monday, and we are literally 5 weeks away from hitting the road. It's going to be exciting. Looking forward to that. Thank you very much, ladies and gents. Maybe you guys and gals are out there doing some traveling yourselves too. Maybe you're going to be hitting the road as well. What are you thinking of doing out there? You wanna go traveling by them cars, planes? Not safe anymore with this. Whoever loose door Larry over there with I gotta get the door open on this plane. I wish you guys and gals out there the best of luck, whatever you're doing, man. Whether you're traveling by foot, which was the original form of travel, which I myself am a fan of, which made a lot of sense back then, way back in the day, because you're like, I want to get from A to B, man. What's the fastest, best, safest way? The feet, your foot, one step in front of the other. Do I appreciate other modes of transport? Of course, yes, but I'm just saying, feet have gotten us a long way. Walking has gotten us a long way. So whatever you're doing out there, whether you're going into some sort of tropical region of the earth, you're like, oh no, I'm gonna go into the jungles. I'm gonna go and find a new bean, or a bean's good. Find a new bean and friggin' munch on it and get a lot of energy, and then come back and discuss my trip to Brasilia, where I went to the depths of the jungle and I found this bean, which is like a combination of cacao and cocaine and also cocoa. And all those things really sound the same, and it's so hard to distinguish, but you found one that's got all three in it. The cacao, cocaine, and you come back. But before you came back, sure, did you have to go into the depths of the jungle? Did you have to wear a little bandana on your forehead? Did you get bitten by mosquitoes that had malaria? Do you now have malaria? Are you going out there biting other people and giving them malaria? Yes. Was it worth it? Yes. Did you have to forfeit all your belongings, your food, your big backpack that you had all your essentials with, extra clothing, clean underwear, shaving kit, first aid kit, chargers for your phone and your recording devices? Did you have to forfeit all that to the local drug gang that was growing the drugs in the depths of the jungle? Yes. Did you get tied up and did you get your life threatened? Were you given a chance to live only if you were to engage in a nude wrestling match with the largest lady in the middle of the woods, because that's what it's all about in the middle of the jungle? The jungle's rules, son. You decide to go for a regular hike, but now all of a sudden you're caught up in a little turf war between some different gangs who are trying to grow their own special concoction of beans, which is a combination of, again, cocaine, cacao, and cocoa, or whatever. It's a good bean. It's a solid bean. And you thought you're in there. They're asking me, what are you doing here? What are you doing here, gringo? What are you doing here there, man, gringo? They'll call you that, I think. What are you doing there? And then you're like, I'm just a gringo tourist. Hello. Out here, man. And they're like, oh yeah, what's with all the phones and stuff? And you're like, everybody has phones and stuff these days. And they're like, oh yeah. You're like, yeah. You probably shouldn't actually. You should probably go, Lord. Oh yeah. They'll say, oh yeah. You should be like, yes, sir. Be polite. If you ever get joked by some gang in some like region or locale that you're not familiar with, don't go higher pitch than they. Don't raise your voice. If they're going, oh yeah, Don't go, oh yeah. Or do, again, I don't know. Maybe you should be, maybe it's like the same thing as seeing a bear. Do you go bigger? I'll go the biggest. If I see a bear, oh yeah. I'll go big, but for my asshole, dude. I'll like, you don't know me, but in case of emergencies, I'll turn around, oh yeah. Fucking be like, you want something? Yeah. You know? They don't teach you that in teaching school. So yeah, did you get all your belongings taken away from you? Did you have to essentially wrestle a true Amazonian lady who's been munching on nothing but pineapples and wild hog? And she's just got the thickest thighs and the meatiest of breastists. Large yet firm. Shoulders the size of Ye's new outfit with the shoulder pads, like large shoulder pads. But no shoulder pads, but still large shoulders. Friggin' large lady, dude. Fucking right there. You're supposed to just be like, I'm supposed to. And they're like, you want your freedom and a bean to take back to your country so you can like sell it and market it and scale it, and then maybe we can get into some sort of distribution deal together, and you want to like make bank. You're gonna have to wrestle this lady. And this lady's just like out there in the corner just flicking her nip, dude. Just like flicking her nip, not giving a fuck, dude. Let's go, flicking a nip, dude. This giant lady, all muscles, just fucking jack, fucking 500 pounds of lady muscle, dude. Amazonian lady muscle. No shaving, no nothing, son. What are you wearing there? Nothing. We're gonna have to get lathered up and wrestle. And guess what? You only weigh about 100 stones. I don't know stone measurements, but I wanted to use it. Sounds good. And you only weighed 100 stones. I know stone weights. Fucking stone weights, dude. You only weigh about 100 stones. Should I go lower or higher? Because I want to be accurate too. I don't want to just say like 2 stones doesn't sound right. I feel like that's too low, but I don't want to be like 500 stones because that feels like too much. I feel good with 100 stones. 99 stones. You're 130, you're 140 stones, dude. Every stone is a whatever. Okay? You're made of stones. You're out there. You're out there, dude. And that's when you start wrestling and you get in there and boom, dude. Your foot, she catches your foot in her vag and it's locked in and it's tight. Oh yeah, ankle lock via vag. Crazy Amazonian wrestling. Somehow you make it through. And you fly all the way back, and it's now 1998, and now you're on all the TV infomercials. Magical cocaine bean, folks, it'll keep you up and down. You want things done? It'll do it for you. It's a good product. I wonder if it exists. I wonder if I've said too much. I wonder if that's a lost opportunity. Now, I patent this bean right here, right now, the cocaine bean. It's a combination of 3 beans, cacao, cocaine, and cocoa, all of which are different, right? Cocaine's definitely different than cacao, but then cacao is different than cocoa, or is 2 to 3 beans that we're working with. I'm sure we're working with like 2 to 3, but that's the thing. None of that would have, and now you made it back, and guess what? Now you're an infomercial selling beans nationwide, coast to coast. They see beans, they see your face. They hear beans, your name's synonymous with beans. And you're now into you're in the big bean business, son. Why? Because you decided to say yes. Because when you saw that beautiful, large Amazonian lady, you'd try to think of ways to get out of it, but you couldn't. And so you said yes. Without any coercion, you said yes. Slight bit of coercion, but you know what I mean? It's just good times. Why? Because you said yes. Originally, you weren't even looking for beans. But guess what, son? Now you got them beans. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, I hope that wherever you are, whether you are in the Amazon right now fighting a 500-pound Amazonian lady who's again been just munching on wild hog and drinking pineapple juice raw from the apple, or whether you're in Alaska fighting seals and trying to utilize blubber for food and warmth, or whether you are in the middle of the desert somewhere just watching a tumbleweed go by and you are saying to yourself, my God, how can such a simple thing bring so much joy to millions and millions and millions of people's hearts each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? Ow. Where can you find these videos? My point is, where can you find these videos? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's 3 times the number of videos. That's crazy. It's crazy. On Instagram, follow me there if you like. Subscribe on YouTube for the full-length videos, and that's where you get the notification. If you subscribe, helps your boy out, and also stops your mom from getting menopause. Dude, you don't want your mom getting menopause, so go ahead and follow me on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, and then check out patreon.com/RobSadri if you wanna ensure your pets will never die, ever. Because I will make sure that your pets are gonna get cloned and reproduced. And yeah, it's hard to say goodbye, isn't it? So go ahead and subscribe and check out patreon.com/RobSadri. I'll be back here again on Wednesday. I love y'all. Have fun. Peace out. Say yes.